SIP was an idea that in the future we would have a multi-tenant, multi-vendor outlook that would make the life of investigative sites easier when they do clinical trials.
One of the things that gets in our way of getting new medicines out there is the bureaucracy of running clinical trials. Much of this is paperwork, much of it is administrative work. We've asked sites what is painful for them.
The process is all paper. It's obtaining all your paper manual documents, completing them, routing for signatures, tracking down people to make sure that they sign the documents, and then returning those back to the sponsor for their particular research study. That's the way everything works at this point.
Picture a site doing 10 clinical trials with 10 different sponsors. Now all of that documentation has to go into a site trial file. Okay, so we have a file where we put all those documents in, and now with the shared investigator platform we can literally take common documents and we can file them automatically.
TransCellerate's mission is to simplify and accelerate the development of new therapeutics for patients. The shared investigator platform is a cloud-based solution that allows a central point of access for investigative sites with a single sign-on for them to be able to access multiple sponsor companies. And what we want to try to solve with the shared investigator platform is bring some uniformity of thinking for requiring information, which is after all highly regulated.
Cognizant had the responsibility of not only building the SIP platform, but also hosting the SIP platform and supporting it.
Our vision for SIP is for it to be a one-stop platform for everything a site or investigator does as part of clinical research. SIP has multiple uses, but most importantly, it brings together a set of stakeholders to drive efficiencies in clinical research by reducing the number of manual processes.
Multiple sponsors have identical paperwork for each study, and it's having to create that over and over and over again to access for each individual research study that you do. The end goal of creating a complete study file that the sponsor can submit to the FDA for the execution of their drug. The benefit to it is having a centralized place for all of the source documents that we have to create for each study and only having to do it once. So you can move on, you don't have to reinvent the wheel per se. The system pulls all the information that you've entered, puts it directly into the 1572, which is a required FDA document, and then we're able to route that electronically for an investigator's signature. The sponsor can see it as soon as it's been signed off.
As and when more companies and investigators join SIP, companies can benefit from each other in terms of harmonized process, harmonized content, as well as a set of investigators. They can start working together on clinical trial research. We will continue to build out this platform, working with partners and innovative technologies in the industry to collaborate and build this into a true ecosystem that will drive efficiencies in clinical research.
Vision of Shared Investigator Platform is to be an open collaboration platform for all stakeholders who are critical part of clinical research.
Once you have a much larger ecosystem working at one site and they can use a shared investigator platform, just imagine the synergy around that. It's going to be magic.
The shared investigator platform will benefit patients who participate in clinical trials because we will unburden the investigative site to be able to spend more time and focus on the patients that are in the clinical trial as opposed to the systems and processes that are inefficient.